Welcome to our journey through the wisdom and wit of English proverbs. These timeless nuggets of truth have been passed down through generations, and today, we're going to explore their meanings and show you how they can be used in our modern world. And trust me, we've got some hilarious scenarios lined up. So, let's dive in. First up, we have, a stitch in time saves 9. This means that fixing a small problem right away can prevent it from becoming a bigger issue. Imagine your friend Bob notices a small leak in his roof but decides to binge watch his favorite series instead of fixing it. A week later, he's practically swimming in his living room. If only he had heeded this proverb, he could have saved himself a lot of trouble, and a soggy sofa. Next, the early bird catches the worm. This one's about the benefits of being early or proactive. Picture Sally, who always snoozes her alarm. One day, she oversleeps and misses the last slice of her favorite cake at the office party. Meanwhile, her coworker John, who got there early, is happily munching away. Moral of the story: don't let your love for sleep make you miss out on cake. Moving on to, don't count your chickens before they hatch. This means you shouldn't assume something will happen before it actually does. Imagine Carl, who tells everyone he's going to ace his exam without studying because he thinks he's a genius. Results day comes, and he realizes his genius plan didn't quite hatch. Lesson learned: don't brag before you have the results to back it up. Now let's talk about, you can't judge a book by its cover. This means you shouldn't judge someone or something based solely on appearance. Imagine Emily sees a scruffy dog and assumes it's a stray. She finds out later it's actually a pampered pooch who just loves rolling in mud. So next time, remember, appearances can be deceiving, and even a mud-covered dog might just be living its best life. How about, actions speak louder than words? This means what you do is more important than what you say. Imagine Jim promises his girlfriend he'll remember their anniversary this year, but on the big day, he shows up empty-handed. Meanwhile, his friend Mike didn't say a word but planned an elaborate surprise for his girlfriend. Guess who's in the doghouse and who's a hero? Then there's, the grass is always greener on the other side. This suggests that people often think others have it better than they do. Imagine Linda, who's jealous of her friend's high-paying job. She switches careers, only to find out the new job comes with insane hours and a boss from hell. Sometimes, what looks like a perfect lawn might actually be astroturf. Another classic is, a penny saved is a penny earned. This one's about the importance of saving money. Imagine Tom, who spends his entire paycheck on gadgets every month, and wonders why he's always broke. Meanwhile, his friend Sarah saves a little each month and eventually buys her dream car. It's not rocket science. Saving those pennies really pays off. Let's not forget, barking up the wrong tree. This means you're pursuing a misguided course of action. Picture Detective Dave, who's convinced the cat is stealing his socks. He sets up a stakeout, only to discover his dog is the real culprit. Sometimes, you need to rethink your strategy, or your suspects. Birds of a feather flock together. This means people who are similar tend to stick together. Imagine a group of hipsters at a coffee shop, all sporting beanies and discussing the latest indie bands. It's no coincidence, they've flocked together because they share the same tastes, and maybe a love for overpriced lattes. Finally, we have, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. This means you should adapt to the customs of the place you're in. Imagine Joe, who travels to Japan and insists on tipping at restaurants, despite it being uncommon there. He gets puzzled looks from the waitstaff. A little research goes a long way in making sure you fit in and avoid awkward situations. So there you have it, a collection of English proverbs packed with wisdom and wit. These sayings have stood the test of time and are still relevant today. Whether it's fixing that leaky roof or saving for the future, there's a proverb for every situation. Thanks for joining us on this journey through Proverbs. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more fun and educational content. Stay wise and keep laughing.